Hey everybody, you know who I am, Joseph McCray, and this is my story time. Hey y'all. So now I guess it's my turn to do a story time. Don't pay my eye no mind, I have a style. He didn't punch me in it. Anyway, um, my husband wants me to do a story time, a serious story time. Y'all know me, I like to make you laugh, so you're gonna get a funny story time. But this story time is gonna be about when I found out that I had to be on that machine behind me for dialysis. So, about 4 years ago, I was living in Maryland and I moved to Georgia. And I was there maybe 2 months and then I got sick. And in the process of getting sick, I knew that every time I ate something, it was just coming right back out, whether it was this way or the other way. And I stayed like that for a few months because I was actually losing weight. So I was like, okay, I feel amazing. I didn't feel sick, but I knew. And every time I would go to the emergency room, they would tell me nothing is wrong, but I was dehydrated. So finally, they told me I had some kind of parasite that I know dogs get when they drink bad water. So I'm like, well, where did I get this from? Oh, well, you must have drank from a creek or well. I don't do that. I'm too bougie for that. So, long story short, I had to get a blood transfusion. They fixed me. Everything was fixed and I was fine. Fast forward 2 years and I ended up moving back to New Jersey from Georgia because I hated it there. That's a whole nother story time. But I hated it there, so I moved back to Jersey. And when I moved back to Jersey, I noticed that my ankles and feet were swelling. And my job required me to be on my feet all day long. So it would just escalate. I would come home, put my feet up. I'd wake up in the morning, the swelling would go down. By the end of the day, the next day. So this went on for a few months. I came back in October. So by April, actually I know it because it was a week before my birthday. I came home and took my shoes off from work, my boots off from work, and poof, my feet went like this. My ankles and my feet and my calves. So I'm st- I'm standing there cooking me a baked potato and some steak. And my sister saw me and she said, "What are you doing? You need to go to the emergency room like right now." I said, "I'm fine." She was like, "Go to the emergency room right now." So I called me an Uber. I had to put my sneakers on, but I had to take the shoestrings out because my foot wouldn't fit into the shoestring. That's how bad my feet were swollen. So I got to the hospital and I ended up staying for a week because I was in there. And anybody that knows me knows when I go to the hospital, I create havoc all over the place. I was like, I'm ready to go. My birthday's next week. I want to get out of here. Y'all better hurry up and fix me. So they told me that I had kidney problems. So I was like, okay, well, and they wanted to map my arm out just in case I had to get dialysis. They wanted to do the x-ray to see where the veins were and to actually map it out so that if I needed to get dialysis, they would already have that done. But I told them no, that's not an option. So with that not being an option, they sent me home with about, no lie, about 12 to 13 different pills, water pills, and pills for my heart because in the process of my legs swelling, I have water everywhere. I have water on my heart, I have water on my lungs, I have water everywhere. So by the time I left out of the hospital, I was skinny because they drained 20 pounds of water off of me. So that was in April. So then in August, that Sunday, I woke up and I couldn't breathe. Like I just couldn't breathe. Just to walk to the bathroom, I felt like I was going to drop dead. So I didn't do nothing. I refused to go to the, black people, we got to do better. I knew I couldn't breathe, but I refused to go to the hospital. So all that day, I just basically sat still and didn't do anything because I knew I couldn't breathe, but I didn't know why I couldn't breathe. But let me rewind a little bit. That Friday, I had a doctor's appointment and I went to the doctor and I did a blood test. So, and then I couldn't breathe on Sunday. So Monday came. I went to work and I'm walking and I'm like, gonna die. I literally felt like I was gonna die. It was so bad. I had to go to the bathroom and put myself in the stall and just sit down on the toilet because I felt like I was gonna pass out. And with the job I had, I couldn't sit down. So I had to, the only way I could do it was go to the bathroom and hide out because I was really going to hide out because I couldn't breathe. So I was walking real slow back to where I was working and my phone rang. Normally I don't pick up my phone when I was at work because I knew I wasn't supposed to. But for some reason I picked up the phone in my back pocket and I saw it said the doctor's name. So when I picked up the phone, she said, Joseph, are you okay? Can you breathe? So instantly in my head, I'm like, oh my God, how does she know I can't breathe? She was like, you need to go to the emergency room immediately, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. She said, no, I'm serious. You need to go immediately. I said, okay. I hung up the phone. And I said, I'm getting paid. I'm here. I'm getting paid. So let me just work and I'll go to the hospital after work. But I couldn't because I couldn't breathe. So I told my manager I'm leaving. I called my sister because she happened to be off that day. I said, listen, I'm coming home. I need you to get ready and take me to emergency room. They called me. I have to go because of the blood test you took me to take, blah, 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 blah. She was ready. She was like, I'm coming to get you now. I said, no, I'll take an Uber home. This is how my mind works. No, I'll take an Uber home. So I get home. She gets me to the hospital. And, you know, I had to get undressed and I'm in the robe because my doctor had already called the hospital and told them I was coming. But I did some blood tests and my sister was like, I gotta go home and take care of my daughter, but I'm gonna come back. I was like, well, bring me something to eat. So she asked the lady, could I eat a sandwich? Because I wanted a sandwich from Quick Check. My husband knows I love sandwiches from Quick Check. So, with that being said, she left because she needed to leave because if she would have heard what the lady was saying next, that would have been it. So the nurse came in and she sat down next to me and she said, Joseph, you know you have end-stage renal failure. So I'm in the bed like this. And when she said end-stage, I said, did you say end-stage renal failure? She said, yes. I said end-stage as in, that's it, I'm going to die. So she gave me this look like, I said, okay, so when are y'all going to do that thing to my arm and put that port in my chest? Because we need to get this dialysis thing going. So I ended up staying in the hospital a week again in August of the same year. So did all of that and it was amazing. I had not been able to sleep a full night for like 2 years because I noticed that if I got up in the night, like if I went to bed at 8 o'clock, if I woke up at 9 o'clock to pee, I knew I was going to get up at every hour and pee like I never peed the first time. Or if I woke up at 10 o'clock, I knew it was going to be every 2 hours. So I hadn't slept. That's rude. I hadn't slept in 2 years in a full night's rest because I couldn't because I was peeing like a fool. Even when I went to the hospital, they didn't want me to go to the bathroom. They wanted me to use the urinal because they wanted to see how much I was peeing. And I told her, I said, I'm going to need another urinal, girl, because this is not enough. No, you have kidney problems. I said, okay. She ended up bringing me 3 urinals, and I filled all 3 of them up about 5 times in a night. And she said, are you sure you have kidney problems? I said, yes. So, did all of that. Had my first dialysis treatment after they put the port in my chest, and it was amazing. I had slept the whole night. I was like, oh my God, I forgot what this felt like. I woke up, felt like a brand new person. So the hospital arranges for me to get the dialysis. I go to the place when I get out, and they never told me how dialysis was going to make me feel. They wanted me to do that, but I didn't want to do that. I was scared to do that. The way they made it sound like it was scary and I was going to have this tube in my stomach. At that point, I wasn't married. I didn't want a tube in my stomach. I'd rather have my arm done, as you see right there. It wasn't this big when it was first done, but after getting stuck all the time, it blew up like this. So I'd rather have that than to have a tube in my stomach that everybody could see. So we started doing dialysis, and it was horrible. I was just drained all the time. I was tired all the time. I didn't want to do anything. One day they gave me dialysis. They had to throw my blood away. My blood level was low. I came home. I passed out in the kitchen, fell on the stove, broke my nose, ended back up in the hospital. It was an ordeal. It was a lot. I sat and I was like, why am I going through this? Why? I mean, I come from church. I felt, one, if I did dialysis, that I didn't believe God was going to heal me. But then I thought, well, my mother thought God was going to heal her from cancer and she's dead now. I don't want to end up that way. I don't want my sister to endure something else. At least if I die, she could say I tried. But with my mom, it was a whole different story. By the time she decided to try, it was a little too late. So, when you grow up in church and you always are told, pray, 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 God will fix it. And then when you really have to listen to doctors and you sit and think, well, do I not believe God because I'm going to take this alternative? But then it clicked in my head. Maybe the miracle is that God developed a way for me to stay alive, even though the parts that He gave me are failing. So I roll with that. But then it just became tiring. And it was every 3 days, every other day for 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I had to go. I had to sit there for 4 hours. They were putting needles this big in my arm, 2 at one time. They couldn't find some of the veins. I had to get more surgery on my arm, like 3. Then it finally worked. Then it was just draining. It was to the point of where I didn't want to do anything anymore because I was exhausted. And people didn't understand when I said I was exhausted, I was exhausted. And people didn't understand that. It was, oh, please, let's go, let's do this, let's do that. And I would try. And after dialysis, it was too much. And Tramel learned that when I come home from dialysis, I just need to rest. And even after I rested, he would want to go to the store or do something. And I was like, I can't. I didn't want to do it. But then there's that part of me that's a fighter that says, don't give in to this. Don't give in to this. So I wouldn't give into it. And I would do it, but I would be so drained. So I switched dialysis places because I moved. And in switching dialysis places, this place was horrible. Horrible. When I tell you horrible, I mean horrible. They didn't get my medical information from the other place. They were doing trial and error. I'm telling them they're killing me because they don't have the information right. We've already gone through this because I'm not going to let people just do anything to me. So any of you that are on dialysis or have to be on dialysis, I advise you to learn everything and know everything about it. Don't just sit there, hold your arm out, and let them stick you and assume that they're doing the right thing. Because 9 times out of 10, they're doing what they want to do, not what they're supposed to do. So, in the process of that, and every other day that I'm throwing away my blood, my hemoglobin level was already at like 7 and 8, which a man should be anywhere between 13 and 16, mine is 7 or 8, and you're throwing my blood away because you're not putting the blood thinner in my machine to thin my blood, and my blood is getting clotted. Like I knew all of that, but they thought I was like everybody else. That I was just gonna come in there, hold out my arm, let them stick me, go to sleep, wake up, and be done. And I didn't do that. I fought with these people tooth and nail. And then I just came home one day and I told Tramel, I said, I really think I want to do dialysis at home. I said, because I said, I'm going to be dead messing with these people. I said, they're going to kill me. And he was like, you sure you want to do this? I said, I have no choice. I said, if I want to live, he was calling up there, going off on them. I had meetings with managers. Nothing changed. They swore they was going to do something different, and they did. So me and him had the conversation. I said, I want to do it at home. I said, it doesn't hurt to try. I said, if it doesn't work, then I'll just go back to the other way because I can't. I feel like this. If I'm going to die because my kidneys are bad, let it be because the dialysis just isn't working. My body isn't responding to it, and that's just my time to go. Not because people are just messing up and fucking up, and y'all are killing me slowly. I'm not going to let nobody kill me. Now, if it's just because I'm not responding to it, that's one thing. But when you're killing me, that's a whole nother story. When you're supposed to be keeping me alive. So I went to the orientation for the home dialysis, which is that machine right there. So I went. We listened. Tremel came with me. They asked him if I'd do the training. Would he do the training with me so that, God forbid, if something ever happened to me, he could do it for me. Like if I'm home and something happens and I can't help myself, so he knows what to do. So we went to the training. Well, first I had to get the surgery to put the tube in me. So I went, I had that surgery. Then I had to wait 2 weeks. But in the process of waiting the 2 weeks, I started not going to dialysis because they were just, I became scared. I became, oh my God, they're going to throw my blood away. I don't have blood for them to just be throwing it away. So I started not going. So I had 2 weeks. I would go maybe twice a week as opposed to all 3 times. And I never miss my dialysis treatments because I know how important they are. So finally, they had to put it in me. Then they have to flush it to make sure it's working. I'm not in pain or anything like that. So we did that. Then I went to learn how to use the machine. And because I wasn't going, I had to actually do it for 8 hours a day in the center, which normally they only make people do 5 hours. I had to do the full 8 hours. So the first time we went, we were sitting there. She told us to bring food and snacks, whatever we needed, blah, 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 blah. So we did all of that. We came with coffee and stuff in the morning for breakfast. I had made us sandwiches, and we had it packed away. We had everything we needed. So we did the dialysis. And we got to the car, and I'm sitting in the car, and I'm like, oh, my God. And Jamel was like, what? I said, I feel amazing. I said, I don't feel tired. I don't feel like I want to go to sleep. I feel like I want to run around the block. And he started laughing. He said, are you serious? I said, yes, I'm serious. He said, Papa, no, stay calm. Don't. I said, no, Jamel, I'm amazed. It's amazing. I forgot what this felt like. I feel amazing. So I said, it happened. I said, okay, this is a fluke. Maybe it's a fluke because, it was a whole different experience than with them pulling all your blood out of you as opposed to just filling you up with fluid and letting it drain out. So the next day, we did it again. We had to do it again. We had to do it for like a week and a half. Well, not even a week and a half, a week and like 2 days. So the second day I went through the training, we left, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel amazing. Are you hungry? He was like, yeah. I said, okay, let's go to Acme and get something to cook for dinner. He said, are you sure you're up? I said, I'm fine. So went to Acme, got some food. I came home. I made macaroni and cheese, barbecue ribs, collard greens, cornbread, and even made him a homemade peach cobbler. He's upstairs. Now, I stayed downstairs. I said, I'm going to stay downstairs and I'm going to cook. He came downstairs and said, Papa, are you okay? I said, I'm fine. I'm sitting here planning what I'm going to do tomorrow. So, because it was just the only way I could explain it, I forgot what it felt like to feel like me. I forgot what that feeling felt like to feel alive. Because I really felt dead. I felt like I was just walking around existing. I wasn't living. When I was doing, it's called hemo. When I was doing hemodialysis with them draining the blood out of me, I just was existing. I wasn't living. And now, that little machine back there, I love it. It's amazing. I had a friend that did it, and he told me, he said, the way you're doing it is better because when you get on the machine, you have to do it every day. I said, well, your kidneys work every day. I said, your kidneys don't work 3 times a week. I said, granted, I'm off on the weekends, and I said, but it's only cleaning me 3 times a day. This cleans me every day. Now, I can't lie. The downfall to this machine is, and it's just what it is. I swear to you, it feels like in a little while, I have to hook myself up. But it feels like I just got off of it because I got off at like 7:15, 7:30 this morning. And now I have to get back on because I have to stay on 8 hours a day. So I always have to plan when I get on based on what I'm doing the next day. So most of the time, I'm not doing anything so I can hook myself up whenever. But the problem comes in that if I hook myself up and I don't get off until 8 or 9 o'clock, normally I wake up around 6 or 7. So I'm ready to get out of the bed, go make me some coffee, and do something. I don't want to just lay in the bed because I'm stuck. I can walk around the room, but that's it. I can't go out of the room. So I have to plan it accordingly. So I like to be on around no later than 11 o'clock. Because that way, if I'm on by 11, I'm off by 7, 7:30. But sometimes I have to, like if we go out, I'm not going to race home. Like one time we went out and we didn't get home till 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to put myself on and stay on for 8 hours. But at that point, see, I'm asleep. So I'm not going to wake up at 6 o'clock. I'm going to wake up at 10 or 11 o'clock. So that's what it is. But it's just the difference between that and hemo that's called PD. When you go to the center and get your blood taken out, that's called hemo. And I'm making this video because he wanted me to make a serious video because he made his video on bipolar. So being bipolar. So this video is for people that are on dialysis because a lot of us are scared to do this. A lot of us are scared to do this because of the way they make it. You have to be clean. You see my room is a mess. It is a mess right now. You see it's a mess. You have to be clean. You might get an infection because you have an open hole in your stomach with a tube coming out. But my video is to inspire people that are on hemo to actually do this, because when you feel how you feel after this, you're going to regret the fact that you didn't do this before. I promise you. You are going to regret the fact that you didn't do this before. Because I know that feeling of exhaustion. You can sit and tell anybody all day long how you feel and how you're exhausted and how you're tired. They don't understand that. I understand that because I was there. That machine right there, you can get your whole life back. If you want to go back to work, you can go back to work. If you want to go to whatever, the only thing you can't do is get in a pool. I don't have to tell you why you can't get in the pool. You have an open hole in your belly. You can't get in the pool. You cannot get in the pool, Maria. You can't get in the pool, Papo. You can't get in the pool. See, I want to say a black name, but black people scared of the pool. But Rashida, you can't get in the pool. And Lil Marco, you can't get in the pool. So, but you can get in the ocean, but you can't get in the pool. Because the salt water keep you clean. But that pool water, you know, Miss Mary might be pissing in the pool, and you can't get in the pool. Or little Johnny might be pissing in the pool. You can't get in the pool. So that's the only restriction. And of course, because I did it, I swear to God, I don't go to the pool. But of course, because it's there now, I want to go to the fucking pool. I want to get in the pool. I wanted to go to the pool all summer long. Mind over matter. Because I don't go to the pool. I don't do the pool. The last time I've been to a pool was when I lived in Atlanta and my niece came to visit me and she wanted to get in the pool. And I got in the pool with her and my sister. But past that, I don't do pools. Why I want to get in the pool this summer is because I can't. And, you know, it is what it is. That's the only restriction as far as things I can't do is getting in the pool. That's it. Other than that, your water restriction, well, I don't know because I still can pee. So I don't know how water restriction works with this. I know that this keeps you peeing longer. So if you are peeing, you will continue to pee longer on the machine. So they say, as opposed to the hemo. I've been on dialysis now for 3 years and I've never stopped. Well, in the beginning, my peeing slowed down a lot. But now, I pee like a normal person. One night, Tremel woke up and said, "Are you okay? Because you peeing too much." Because it just, you know, it was like when they put this tube in me, I started peeing like all over again, like a normal person. So, my video is to inspire, not necessarily tell you my bad experience. It was bad. It was psychological. It played a lot. I thought about dying. I thought about I could never have a life now. Nobody's gonna want me. I'm married, so that part of it is, you know, not a issue. See, there you go. I'm married. That part of it wasn't an issue. But I mean, for those of you that are single, I get it. Having this tube in your stomach, you have to explain to somebody, if you get sexual with them, why you have this tube in your stomach, as opposed to why your arm has a lump on it. So, it's a big difference in having a tube in you versus having your arm have surgery on it. So I get it, I understand it, but truthfully, with the way you feel, the difference in the way you feel, trust me, if somebody's gonna love you, they're gonna love you regardless. Granted, well, he was with me when I had the tube put in, so that makes a difference, yes. And I'm just making these comparisons because I know y'all are gonna ask, probably in the comments, or ask questions, so I'm trying to answer them as I'm talking because, you know, I get it. I get it. I felt my life was over. I felt nobody's going to want me because I have this disability and nobody's going to want me, and just be prepared to be by yourself for the rest of your life because, one, I was exhausted, so I couldn't go out. I didn't want to go on dates. I didn't want to go do anything but stay home because I was exhausted. But that machine, doing PD dialysis, just changed my life. Now he can't keep up with me. He can't keep up with me now because I'm like, let's go. I don't want to be in the house. Oh my God, all you do is sleep all day. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Because it just, I haven't had this feeling in 3 years. And I started doing this in April, so it's only been since April, and it's August now. Actually, it's exactly 3 years since I've been doing dialysis because I told you it was August when all my surgery started, when I got diagnosed with kidney renal failure. It's been 3 years on 18th of this month, so it's already passed. It's 3
like
years.
a little Speedy Gonzales.
It's 3 years.
Andale.
Because it's just, it's amazing. It makes you feel amazing. So any of you that are on dialysis, or if you have a friend that is on dialysis, definitely like and share the video. Share the video with one of your friends that may be thinking about it or is just totally opposed to it, because it is life-changing. It makes you feel different. And again, I get the scared part when they tell you you have to be really clean and everything has to be clean, and it does. It really does. So that you don't get infection. But to be extra clean as opposed to be exhausted, I'll take the extra clean. I even got him being extra clean now because he knows I have a hole in my ballot that can't get infection.
I have something to say.
Go ahead.
Guys, as you can see, I'm blessed. But I wanted my husband to do this story time because he inspires me. And I knew that if he did this story time, he would inspire everyone. I have never heard him complain or be depressed or do any of those things of the sort. And I've seen so many people go through the depression of being on dialysis. And even when he was doing the hemo, he never complained. I'm telling you, Joseph, he's an inspiration. He's an inspiration to all people. And for those of you that are afraid of, going through having to do dialysis, just know and understand that it's your spirit and your tenacity that will get you through. and prayer and the support of those that love you, family members, friends. Just remember that.
I was depressed, and it's just because my way of thinking is this: if it's in my power to change it, then I change it. If it's something that I can't change, then I don't complain about it. I just do what I have to do and make it happen. And that's the way I feel with this. It's just I do what I have to do and make it happen. It's nothing I can do until I get a kidney. Once I get a kidney, I ain't got to worry about none of this no more. But until then, I have no choice if I want to live. If I want to live for me first, him second. So that's all I have today for my story time. Because you know Mr. Man wasn't going to let me have a story time by myself. That wasn't going to happen. And with that
It's my
said,
papa.
make sure you listen to our podcast on Spotify. I always say it wrong. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Radio. I forgot what that one is.
Google.
I said Google.
Yeah, you do.
Breaker and Radio something.
But most of all, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell here.
Hit the subscribe button, and I'm not crying, y'all. I don't want y'all to think I'm crying. It's this dye, my eyes watering, because you see this one ain't, this one is. So, with that being said, if you listen to the podcast, like I always say, walk in peace, love, and sunshine. And you know what it is, Team McCray.
All damn day.
Lady y'all.